you and the people important to you. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world. Now on to our show with your host, Peter Mingils.
Hello, everyone. Peter Mingils here. You're listening to us on Building Fortunes Radio. It's www.buildingfortunesradio.com. For anybody that might be unfamiliar with my voice by now, my name is Peter Mingils. We own this whole thing, Building Fortunes Radio. And when I first got started, a friend of mine said to me, you got to talk to JoDee Bear. And I said, okay. And he said, you got to talk to JoDee. And I said, sure, we'll talk to JoDee. And when I did, I found that she was just it was just something about that phone call that I said, you know what, my life is never going to be the same in a positive way. She's going to make a nice impact. She has a great energy about her. She's super duper smart. I realized then that she was a hard worker, had no clue how hard of a worker she is. She is one of the hardest working people that I know. She gets results. If you want something done, go ask JoDee. So whether it's her weight loss program, building a business, selling a product, doing whatever she's doing, this gal gets stuff done, and she is just absolutely flat-out amazing. I have a huge level of respect for her. And we get a chance to document it all on Building Fortunes Radio. If you go to buildingfortunesradio.com/JoDee, that's JoDee, you'll be able to hear this as well as the previous radio shows. So she's got a super-duper special message. I'm interested in hearing this one because this is a topic that is confusing at best because a lot of people have their own, getting their own information or have their own opinion. And I really sincerely trust JoDee's vast experience as being a health coach in this specific topic. So I'm all ears. JoDee, going to take notes along the way, and thanks for being here on your own radio show.
Oh, Peter, and yes, this is all about energy because we want to keep the energy for vitality, which will give you longevity. That's one of my very favorite rhyming words because it's really the truth, and that's what we're going to talk about tonight. But before we get into this, Peter, I want to thank you for, like I do every single time of the week of the world, just for giving me this platform to be able to share my expertise, my knowledge, my passion, just for health and for life in general. This is what I know. I've got a couple of announcements. Ho, ho, ho. Santa and Mrs. Claus were our guests last Sunday. Santa is always giving gifts, and he's doing it one more time on Wednesday. This coming Wednesday, the 16th of December, 8 p.m. Eastern. Contact me on my direct line, 678-522-3757. That's 678-522-3757. There's going to be a virtual visit with Santa. You have kids, you have grandkids, you have nieces, you have nephews. Many of them are not going to have an opportunity to see Santa this year, so we've made it actually happen this coming Wednesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. All you have to do to get the entry to your Zoom is to go and donate $50,000. We'd like that, but how about just $50? $50, and the proceeds go to our Kenyan Kids Orphanage. They don't have moms and dads. They don't have family. That's why they're in this orphanage. And for this year, around COVID-19, we have solely, a group of along with myself, have taken care of these orphans for almost a year. So cash app me at $Bear Money, and my name is spelled BARBAER. That's $BAER Money, MONEY. Now, if you have 10 kids, you get a bargain. If you have one, it's $50. That's just what we're asking because that will be this month's supplies for the orphanage. We raise $5,000 a month, which is basically $50,000 a year. Now, when you do Cash App me, make sure in the notation that you put your full name and your email address. A link to the Zoom will be sent to you directly, and it'll be coming from JoDee at healthcoachjodee.com. That's JoDee at healthcoachjodee.com. And once again, my number is 678-522-3757. That's 678-522-3757. Let's put some smiles on your kids' life and also these Kenya kids. And next week, we're doing something very, very special. It is 12 days to holiday health. Even though the 12 days of Christmas already started, today was the first day. But you know what? We're going to start it on the 19th, and it'll go straight through New Year's. What a great way to get your healthful New Year's resolutions for 2021 started. So for those of you that don't know me, as Peter said, that know you, your voice, people that don't know me, well, I am a small town girl from Montana. This is my story. There was one traffic light in the town. And when I left, after being trained as a vocal musician, classically trained, and a classically trained pianist, I really think that I must have taken the traffic light with me. I just wanted to travel the world, and that's what I did with my performance. Sang in opera houses all over the Europe, North America, some of the finest concert halls up and down the East Coast. This is what I know. When Peter talks about having to put and be a hard worker, you must, in anything you do in life, you must put 125% in so you get 100% back. That's just the way it is. You over practice, you over rehearse until then you have 100% in performance. And this is what you've got in performance. You've got your life right now, don't you? And this is what I know. I am qualified to discriminate this information, to differentiate, and to disseminate. Those 3 Ds. There's only one D in JoDee, JoDee. But tonight, gang, I have the expertise to discriminate, to differentiate, and to disseminate this information to our listening audience. You see, as a health coach, I have studied with multiple naturopathic healers, homeopaths. My credentials are behind my name. I'm a certified health coach of 40 years. I have a degree in holistic nutrition, ABD, just stands for all but dissertation, because I'm too busy building businesses and people's lives to sit down and write a dissertation. That's just the way it is, okay? But I've assisted and implemented different companies, numerous companies, 3 of them to be exact, and helped them in quantifying their professional graded supplements. So on the health coaching side, this is what I've done all these years. I've specialized in a healthy lifestyle and lifelong transformations. I started out tonight. It's energy, vitality for longevity. That's what I believe, and that's what I've done since I became a health coach, a nutritionist. As many of you know, when my mother was diagnosed with pancreatic and liver cancer, I became relentless. I did 150% to find 100% for my mother. And she lived quality of life. She passed away 2 days before New Year's Day in 1982. And I will tell you, she lived way beyond her 6 weeks to live diagnosis. That's when I changed my trajectory in my life, like I said, in my mid-20s. Went ahead and went from singing the concert stages and the opera houses in life to wanting to help you in your own home, which is your body. Una vida, life, uno cuerpo, one body. One life, one body. So as I'm saying that I have spent decades now, 4 decades, with healthy and lifelong transformation of people. I've created seminars. I had my own corporate practice where I would go around and do this for a lot of Fortune 100 and 500 companies. Now, what I have done and what's going to be coming out for the new year is my book, along with my partner, Jill Boone, with illustrations and what have you, giving the final touches on this book through my best-selling author husband, Dr. Bob Baer. The 21 Days to Your Best You. If you're listening to this radio broadcast, you say, I heard you on Building Fortunes Radio, you will get your copy for free, pre-publication price. All you have to do is pay $5.95 shipping and handling, and you get your free copy. So this is what I know and what we're going to talk about tonight. We've talked about this year of COVID. I mean, good grief. I think the persons of the year were the essential workers, the frontline workers. I think the man of the year probably was Mr. Whipple with Charmin, because toilet paper, my goodness, you know, we have had a run on it, and now there's a run on paper towels in Central Florida. It's crazy. But in all seriousness, we've talked about COVID. We've talked about 2020 being the year of COVID and how critical it is for visualization, for vision, and for mindset. But this is what I know. It's lifelong transformation. Gang, this is what you need, and I'm just talking from my heart, is that you need a system to bulletproof yourself. Just as my friend and colleague, my lifelong friend, Dr. Mike, who's been a show favorite here on Building Fortunes Radio. Well, frankly, he wrote a book, and it is Optimize Your Immune System. Be bulletproof against viruses and diseases in the 21st century. You can go on Amazon and put Dr. Mike. You don't even have to spell his last name right, but it's Dr. Mike under books on Amazon. I believe it's $14.95. It is a quick read. It makes sense because knowledge is power. How to bulletproof yourself against viruses and diseases in the 21st century. When we come back from our commercial break, guys, tonight's topic is just the facts about the vaccination in the 21st century.
Thanks so much, and we're going to catch everybody next week on Building Fortunes Radio.
Thank you, Peter.
Thank you, everyone. You're welcome.
You've been listening to Building Fortunes Radio on buildingfortunesradio.com. Thanks for listening. Be sure to check us out every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the designated Building Fortunes Radio segment with Peter Mingils. Be sure to check out the buildingfortunesradio.com website for our featured segments. It's been our privilege to have you listen in. At Building Fortunes Radio, we wish you the success you deserve and are willing to work for. So spread the word, tell a friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world.